Yeah, what it is, what it sound like, man talk. I feel like, I don't know, maybe I've been like trying to avoid becoming like a red pill page or something like that, but yeah, I don't consider myself red pill, but I do see the value in red pill information as a man. And not to mention majority of my followers are men. I don't think I make music that women like too much. Some women watch my lives, but usually be love interests to be real, or ex love interests that discover me. Anyways, I feel like I have messages to give to men because I had to learn from scratch how to be a man. Um, Not a lot of great father figures that I grew up around, like that was relatives. So I learned from other people's dads and my friends. So I call this today Man Talk. Been a while since I went live. I'm baking potatoes. I just came back from training Muay Thai now. I'm doing Muay Thai now, guys. Uh, Making some somewhat of a healthy dinner. I'm trying to get my stuff together. I'm looking scruffy and rough. It's cool. But my man talk. Uh, yo, you know, I'm really not a fan of feminism, modern day feminism, especially from black women, but sometimes I just be like, they got a point. They still got a point with some things. Some things is just a little too extra. They just be going a little too left with it sometimes for me. But oh shit, start Q&A, start live poll. That's cool. But certain things I see, I just be like, this is why feminism gotta be having points. So before I get into the current event, I just be seeing just little angry boy, emotional, feminine boys. Feminine boys are a danger to society. Boys that are raised without dads are a potential danger to society because as boys, we really need tough love. Unless you just really had a tough mom, a masculine mom that was able to put that foot down, um, that was able to really put that foot down and toughen you up. Sometimes I'll be ashamed of the male species. I was lucky, but anyways, if you didn't have like a tough mom or something and no father figure, but even a tough mom, it's like can only do but so much. Boys need men. Boys need men. We need men more than women need parents. I honestly feel like we need it more because if we don't get guidance, we become a danger because we're just physically stronger and honestly, we might be dumber. We might be a dumber species. We're just willing to. We're not as emotionally intelligent as women. Most times, I'll say that. Tapping into our feelings. I mean, society don't allow us to. But anyways, for me, the first things that I hear, and it's just is like me growing up in the '90s, y'all. Like I was born in '83, y'all. If y'all didn't know this by now, get that '83 two album. But men were hard on women. Men used to definitely abuse women and be extra and just be like very tough on women, and women honestly responded to that. Well, you really wasn't getting vagina like that if you weren't coming hard and tough and like, being a little aggressive. But today's day and age is Like, so the first thing I heard was Juve, so Brooklyn Caribbean Fest yearly thing. That was about a year or two ago, where I hear of a girl rejecting a boy's dance and the boy getting a gun and shooting her, killed a girl because she rejected his, didn't want to dance with him. I'm like, that's some real bitch ass shit. And I really just feel like niggas need to get made an example of, whether it be by the criminal system or community. To me, that's just like, people, boys beefing, shooting at each other, ops, whatever. It's like, I understand that more. Like, two men having a problem with each other, going to fists, going to guns, whatever. It's like, I understand that a little bit more. It's like, I'd much rather, like, fight and live to see another day. People don't even want to fight like that no more. But to harm women as a man or a boy, a male, that shit makes me sick. So that was the first thing where I was just like, this is some real bitch ass society that we're living in. Bitch ass boys. You gonna kill a girl because she don't want to dance with you. Then it's funny, on Instagram I saw this clip, and it's an old video of these kids on a school bus. And peace Ultra, I meant to say that. Niggas is hella sensitive and females wilding. It is both. Women are wilding, men are wilding. But it's a more danger to society when boys aren't raised by men or have some sort of father figure. Boys are more of a danger. I will say that. Women, yes, the dating dynamic, we're messing up family, but boys become dangerous when boys grow up with this mental health thing and anger. But the second thing I saw was toxic scrolling on Instagram. Come across this old clip. I've seen it before, but I guess like new brain thinking, new thinking. It's a bunch of boys jumping a girl. And this one big boy is just grounding, pounding, punching her in the head. And somebody said in a comment, oh, she called him a nigger with an ER. Apparently might have been a white girl or something. And even so, if I ever have kids, man, I don't got no kids, but like, you beating somebody up because of words is also some real bitch ass emotional behavior. If you can't think of words to say back, get nastier. Say some nasty shit to them back. But especially beating on a girl because they called you an N-word. Man, I wish a white woman would call me a nigger. I would have so much shit to say back. I have so many comebacks for anybody that tries to disrespect me as a black man because I'm more aware of society and genetics. I will disrespect your ancestors. I will dig deep before I put my hands on somebody for saying a word. But anyways, we're talking about kids. And I put in the comments, I know for a fact that these boys were not raised with a father figure in their life. And I think it was actually a martial arts page that posted it because it was just encouraging people to learn self-defense. And I put in the comments, I know for a fact that these boys were not raised by men. And I said, raising boys in a single parent home is one of the most contributing dangers to society you can do as a parent. If you first of all, you sleeping with a man that you don't intend to raise children with, or you don't think is quality enough to raise a child with, y'all both fucking up, but the woman decides who gets in the crotches. It's the woman who decides, unless you were, the smaller percentage of people that were taken advantage of. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the women that decide to procreate with this man that you decide to allow in your most important part of your body and procreate with. And okay, we all make mistakes. I've definitely almost made mistakes, and I'm thankful. It's like I don't have any kids out of wedlock, but At least with a boy, you have to understand black boys are the most, they say black women are the most ignored in society. Black boys, we don't have a support group. Nobody cares about us. If you're not getting money, if you're not being successful at what you do, if you're not doing well in this feminine majority school system, mostly ran by female teachers, if you're not blending in, you will fall to the wayside and don't nobody care. They will either 30 years go by, you 30 years old and homeless, or no, like no one cares for the black boy. You procreating and bringing black boys into this world, and no intentions of being with a man or having a father figure in their life. You are contributing to the dangerous society that feminism is fighting for. That's the funniest part about feminism to me. It's like, we're talking about toxic men. Great, I understand. There are toxic boys out here for sure. Who's raising these toxic boys? And in the comments, people want to argue, so the single moms was going in on me, mad comments. I got like 100 likes on it because people understand. Yeah, these boys, you're sitting there punching a girl in the head like nonstop. A boy, you're punching a girl in it like nonstop. And then other boys are hitting her like I don't care what happened. I don't care what was said. That is some real imbalanced, like, bitch ass shit. I don't care how old you are. I was a kid. I mean, shit, I remember even getting slapped by a girl when I was in the third grade or something. I didn't even hit her back. Not to say you should do that either, but I don't know how to again, like I said in the comments, I know for a fact, I'm pretty sure those, so the women were saying, oh, they could have been raised by a toxic man, and sometimes men encourage boys to do that. Why are you procreating with a man like that in the first place? So many women were in the comments just showing yeah, without saying it, they are contributing to society in this negative way, bringing in black boys into this world that nobody cares. We are a target. They're looking for a reason to kill us and lock us up and continue fucking up society by us not being with a black woman, creating a black family. This is the goal. This is what their goal has been since beginning of time, is to destroy the black family and at least control it and keep it minimized. So all these women were arguing with me, going back and forth. Oh, you don't know what they had in their life and blah, blah, blah. That's not true. And even men simping in the comments talking about, oh, that's not necessarily true. Well, what did the statistics say? Statistics say that the most black men that are in prison are coming from a single parent home. So again, feminism. That's why feminism in the black community, it's just, no one wants to talk about the single mothers that's bringing in these black boys to society. These little black boys that you're coddling, you're not forcing them to be a man. You're not forcing them to get a job and have responsibility. And you really, as a woman, you can only do but so much. When I was 13, my feet were 13. I'm wearing the same size shoes as I was when I was 13 as I am now. I was close to 6 feet by that age, probably. It's what can a woman tell me? What can my mother tell me? Even if she was a tough mom, it's just it's common sense to me. We need men in our lives. So anyways, what really made me, I commented on that, I want to say a week ago. And now recently in Brooklyn, but New York is definitely, shout out to the pandemic for clearly doing what it was intended to do, and that's raise mayhem. So it really brought me to do this live as I'm cooking my dinner this week, right after I made that comment. Funny enough, these women will argue with me about these dangerous boys because they grow up to be men. So recently in Brooklyn, these two twin sisters go into a deli And these shiesty masks, young little fucking dumb niggas in the store must have said a compliment to the chicks and like they weren't feeling it. And apparently he was drunk and he just starts turning up to the point where it's obviously like people are scared. I think they like locked the deli when the dude left. The dude's homie dragged him out and said, let's get out of here. Let's get out of here. He's blacking out on the girls or whatever for rejecting him. Then he left and they locked up the deli. That's how crazy I guess dude was acting. He was banging on the door trying to get in. My thing is like, why didn't you call the cops? I don't know. Maybe the cops were taking too long. Who knows what happened? But I guess the girls left the store, even though like this dude was obviously looking so crazy. I've never heard of a deli locking up the door. I ain't never seen no shit like that. Like I've seen some shit go down in delis and like they locked the deli door up and opened it. And then when the girl went outside, dude came with a knife and stabbed her in the neck. Killed the girl in front of her twin sister. The twin sister got to live with that and be traumatized with that for the rest of her life. They're teenagers. And apparently this dude is in his early 20s. Apparently from what I'm seeing, he's like a shelter. There's a lot of shelters, a lot of homelessness, a lot of y'all bringing boys into this. And Jamaicans, we call them cruffs. We bring a lot of cruffs into this world with no type of hustle, no type of survival skills, and they're angry and they're emotional. Killed the girl, man. Killed this girl because she rejected him. And now this sister, the family, all these people got to live with this. We not talking about no beef over no money. We not talking about no, you killed my mans. We not talking about no real issues that would call, like, we're talking about a rejection from a girl that made you kill this girl. And hopefully this dude is caught by now and is facing serious time. The justice needs to happen. Justice needs to happen with that one, because that's some real bitch ass shit, man. And you know, when all the feminists talk, it's like, this is when I'm on their side. This is when I'm on their side, because yeah, no, it's messed up, man. Women got to be real careful. This woman that I'm talking to was telling me about how she gets a lot of attention, and very kind woman. And I just thought of it recently because on her way to link up with me, she's telling me a dude was hollering at her, and she'll just play along and talk to him and be nice and be kind. And I get it. Women, for any woman that's watching this, yeah, it's dangerous out here for y'all, and y'all are the least protected. Because at least a man, we can protect ourselves. At least that. If we ain't got nobody to protect us and nobody that got our back, as a man, I could fight. I could pull out a weapon. I could defend myself, at least a fair shot of defending myself. As a woman, you in the streets by yourself, you ain't got nobody trying to protect you. At the end of the day, that's kind of how you have to think. And the woman I'm talking about, she was like, she'll play along and at least just be nice, be kind. Find out how to give a fake number that connects to your real number that you can block after if you feel like because some people just can't take no for an answer. You know, I heard about some story in Chicago, like just a few years ago, this dude that set his wife on fire. His own wife set his wife on fire, poured lighting fluid on the wife and set her on fire. It's a lot of feminine. So what did I say here? Only a soft, feminine, imbalanced, angry boy, more than likely raised without a father figure, that can't take rejection and would kill a woman for it. Boys in this world without a father figure is a danger to society. Yeah, you know, obviously niggas ain't shit. True, we could, women would love to debate me with that. Niggas ain't shit, and you women are picking these people to procreate with. You're making bad picks. Stop allowing these bum ass genetics, these bitch ass bum ass genetics in you to procreate, and then what Kanye say? Hater nigga marry a hater bitch and have hater kids or some shit. Stop procreating with these people, man. It's everybody's fault. It's not the man's, woman's fault, but we could say like I always urge to think deeper. Um, that's funny. Atrazine and yo, I got a song coming out. I got a song coming out called Atrazine in the Drinking Water. You on some next level shit, Ultra. Shout out to you. I got a song coming out called Atrazine in the Drinking Water. Look out for that. Yeah. Uh I blame so it's like I think the simple way to look at things is just be like, oh, these boys are running amok and these boys are wilding and da da da. These boys are raised by somebody. The kid was 21. He's fresh out of being a teenager himself. Like, yeah, he's old enough to drink, but you're young and dumb. The brain don't even develop till you're 25. These kids are young and dumb and like, at least I had a grandmother that I respected and I at least took advice from. At least I had father figures and I had friends. I'd just be thinking, how do you get to that point? I mean, even at 21, I was getting like, so I say this for advice from my men out here. It's okay to get rejected. And I'm curious. I want y'all to put in the comments. How do you react when you get rejected? How did you learn how to get rejected? What do you feel about women rejecting you? Put it in the comments. How do you feel about women rejecting you? For me, that shit hurts. I ain't gonna lie. I ain't gonna sit here and act like, oh yeah, I don't give a fuck about that bitch anyway. And nah, that should be hurting my feelings. I ain't gonna hold you. And honestly, I definitely probably hold myself back from talking to women, off the dumbass dating apps. Probably because of fear of rejecting. I've been we're gonna open up now. I've been rejected all my life, from like, it's a deep rooted wound for me. Being rejected from family, fake friendships, all sorts of shit that would like make it a wound. And you would think I would be some angry nigga because of it, some angry dude that would react this way. And I've never put my hands on a woman. And more so with me, I'll internalize it before I externalize it, if that's what I'm thinking to say. I'll internalize it and look at myself like, what's wrong with me, before I'd want to hurt somebody for rejecting me. In my head, I'm just like, I'm not ugly. Maybe my approach was wrong. Maybe I need to work on my game. I'll get it. Maybe she wasn't interested. Maybe she got something. I'll be thinking that. I'm not gonna hold you. I'm like, yo, I'm a 6'3" handsome dude that's making a good living. If you rejecting me this hard, you might have some shit that like that's how I be thinking. That's how I be thinking. Like, why? There might be a deeper reason why you're rejecting me. Maybe you don't think you're good enough for me. And there's a bunch of random thoughts that happen. Yes, there's also thoughts of like, damn, like I'm a loser, like, like I must be ugly, and like, I used to feel like I was ugly. Those thoughts don't come as much, but definitely growing up, high school, like it took, like, we had to like train each other. Me and all my friends used to go to the mall and like teach each other how to holler at chicks, and I came up with the 5 lines to say to women. Niggas was really like on some red pill game shit way before the internet. The 5 lines I came up with was, hi, how you doing? What's your name? A compliment and where you're from. I remember that. That was high school before the internet, bruh. You know what I mean? Before the internet, it's like we trained each other to go holler at 10 women in the mall. You might get 3 numbers. That's cool. No one's out here teaching the boys. No one's out here, and there's not a lot of like, um, it's not a lot of community. I was blessed, man. I was blessed to have the friends I did. I realized more and more, dudes is out here stabbing and killing women from getting rejected. I get rejected, I might just be sad for an hour. I'm not even that long, because honestly, I'll be more sad that I didn't try. Or like J. Cole said in that song, I'll be thinking about that ass or some shit. One of his few lines that I liked. Um, I'd be more sad that I don't try nowadays than actually trying and getting rejected. At least I tried. At least I had the cojones to walk up to a woman and say something. Um, yeah, how can boys learn how to deal? How can boys learn how to be a man? Without father figures. Maybe somebody passed this message along, but it's okay to get rejected. Get rejected. That makes you stronger. That makes you learn how to approach better, work on your game, work on your confidence. Sometimes somebody said on Facebook, when you're fighting and you're sparring, you're scared to get hit. So you start like, and you start just doing too much. And like, you know what I mean? Like you're like, and all of that shit, you're exuding energy every time you go for a feint, you're exuding energy. But if you just chill and you relax and you're like, all right, I got hit before. Like I've taken body shots. You're more chill. You're just you relax into it, and you know mental pain, getting rejected. That is the same way. Once you fight and you spar, you're like, I've gotten hit before. I've gotten rejected before. Don't no rejection hurt worse than old girl that I still be seeing around the way. That was the worst rejection probably I've ever had in my life. And no, not much more hurt than that. And after a while, I'm like, yo, I'm thankful that I went through that, because all it does is make you stronger. Whether it's just a woman on the street or somebody you're dating, the most simplest, corniest, bitch ass shit you could do is retaliate to somebody that don't want you. And you just want to get the upper hand. So I'm gonna beat this bitch up. I'm gonna kill her. That is the simplest, most feminine, bitch ass shit you could do. Is harming someone that's not as strong as you physically. And most of the time, these dudes would not fight a man. I can't even be friends. I can't even be friends with people that think like this. You can't even be in my circle. Can't even be in my circle. If you think like this. See what my man Ultra saying. Always felt bad for women knowing that kind of weak ass niggas they have to deal with. Like, I think that's one of the reasons also that I don't be like hollering at as many women as I probably could or I should, because of these weak ass men that they deal with on a regular. And then I'll be like, yo, you're gonna confuse me for a weak ass man. Hold on, y'all. Hold this thought. I'm gonna put this 1 second. I'll be right back. I lose you. Yeah, um, yeah, I'm an empath, and I really do be feeling for women sometimes. The good ones that just. I mean, no woman deserves to be abused. People don't deserve to be abused, but like the real good ones that's out here and got to deal with these dumbass, weak ass, feminine, imbalanced estrogen soy sauce packet what are they putting in the water? I've been on this planet for a while and I've never seen such bitch like behavior like this. And this is what women got to deal with. And like sometimes, yeah, I'll be like, damn, like don't confuse me for one of them. I always tell females, get a weapon. Yep. I feel like women should be able to carry weapons. I feel like women should be able to carry guns and not be penalized for it. I feel like a lot of shit would be balanced in society. Am I all right, word. Thought I was frozen there. It's in the water, the soy, the extra estrogen. I'll be disappointed for sure, but there's many fish in the sea. Don't even think about it. She may be really be doing you a favor. There it goes too. When women reject me, you know, and it's easier said than done because it's like for me again, it's a wound for me. It's a wound. And, you know, some people just be like, yo, what the fuck? Like, you're tall, you're handsome, you got it going on. How could this be like a thing? It's just, it don't matter. Like the physical stuff, the out stuff. When you're hurt this way, same thing with these boys that's out here probably wilding. It's something deep rooted. It's something that hurt. That's just like, it's like a scab. You know what I mean? And the scab might be healing. You go holler at a chick, and they just walk away or look at you like you're dumb, and it just like that scab just gets opened up again, and you just feel that pain, and it's like, what do you do with the pain? You know, it's like, what do you do at that point? You realize you got to heal, and you realize work through it. And like you said, she really might be doing you a favor. I'll be thinking about that for sure. She'd probably be looking at me like, yo, this look like a good man. I'm gonna mess his life up. Or they, you know, shit. A lot of them like degenerates. Being rejected is being rejected means you at least had the balls to at least try. I respect it. I'll be seeing people holler at women in the street sometimes, and I'll be watching like, all right, that's what's up. You know what I mean? Like, not on no dating app BS. How many times have we seen good women pick the worst kind of dudes? Yeah, I don't understand that. And women have a problem with accountability. I don't got a problem calling weak shit when I see a weak ass boy, weak ass fake men, and feminine. I'm going to talk about that feminine shit too. I'm going to get back to that. We got to hold everybody accountable. I'm not going to be no simp and act like I don't see the pattern. Because ever since I could recall, the baddest chicks always ended like in school. They wanted to be with the thugs. They wanted to be with the gangsters and the niggas that was gangbanging and stealing cars and doing all the gang activity shit. Then they get washed up and anyone come try and wife me up. Nope, ain't gonna happen or whatever. But yeah, it's something about women like to depict the fixer ups or something. You know, I that's a whole nother topic. Women like to pick the losers, and you procreate with the loser, and you bring a loser ass boy into the society that's gonna grow up and kill a woman for rejecting them. I would feel terrible as a parent. I would, man. That kid's old. They young enough to be my children. They could have been my. If I had kids early, they could have been my children. I would feel terrible knowing I brought something into this world that killed somebody for rejecting them. Terrible. Yeah, man. So before I get up out of here, so the other thing too that I hold women accountable for is befriending these feminine bitch ass type dudes, and we're not talking a sexual orientation thing. We're not talking about that. It's a certain energy. It's a certain like when like that girl that got beat to death in Mexico or whatever. There's like a certain non-masculine, hyper-feminine energy that just goes all the way left or something. And it's like it's like they hate women. And we got to call shit out. Call shit out and hold everyone accountable. It ain't got nothing to do with who you decide to lay up in bed with or whatever, but when you got that unresolved hatred towards somebody, it's going to come out. And we got to be real, because this cycle is cycling. It is cycling, and it's getting ugly out here. This is unlike, maybe they were toxic like this in the 60s and stuff. Maybe men was really out here. I mean, I know men were definitely more abusive and more aggressive back in the day. It's kind of like you had to be. Life was way more aggressive. Life was way more aggressive 60s, 70s, 80s from what I'm hearing. My little experience in the 80s and 90s, life was way more aggressive. So in turn, maybe it's like women need the more aggressive man as a protector, because it's the we talking now. Society was more aggressive. So when society is more aggressive, the women are attracted to the more aggressive man that can defend them. Because naturally, women just want to feel protected, and that's something innately in them that's like genetic. Like they need to feel like this, you can protect me against what's out there in society. So because of that, they end up with a more aggressive man that might beat the shit out of you. So who's to blame? Is it the man? Is it society? Is it the woman for accepting the behavior? Women were definitely more like Freaknik back in the day. You see some of that old footage, dudes would just run up on them and just, block the whole street. You can't even drive down here unless you take it, like, like it was wicked. It still is, but it's just a different kind of, it was hyper masculine back then, and I think it's hyper feminine now. And there needs to be some sort of order and balance. Yep. I ain't trying to fight with a woman defeats purpose. I don't argue with women. I don't go back and forth. I'm definitely the same kind of guy. I'm not gonna, if you talking to, I'm the type of dude, I see you, like, if you talking to a dude and you supposed to be with me, I'm not fighting. I'm not doing all that arguing back and forth. You're done. Do your thing. And I wouldn't even say you're done. It's just, okay, I see how you move. Like, cool. Like, but yeah, no, I'm not fighting for you, and I'm not fighting with you. I let a woman decide, and definitely not going back and forth. And that's how I've always been. Keep my ass up out of trouble. And you should do the same. All right, y'all. Till next time. 83.2 out, Bermuda Triangle out. Stream all of that and watch my videos. Have a good night.